Here's something that I forgot to mention, which is the message type. Since we need to convert the Java object to JSON, however, one of the private field here is an enum, which may cause serialization issue. So in that case, we need to define custom serialization rules for this message type. But how can we do it? FastJSON give you a way. So we first use an annotation called JSON field, and then in the JSON field, you can give the serializing using this value. And let's look at this JSON field. You can identify the serializing using this method. I mean this field in the annotation. You can give it a class, and the serializing using as well. You can give it a class. So which means we can create a class to define these serialization rules by ourselves. Now, how do we do it? All right, so I'll show you. First, we need to create a class here called what's the name? Maybe called message type serialize. Okay, serializer. That's easy. Okay, so message type serializer. Okay, so in here you can implement an interface called object serializer, and then you need to implement a method. This is the method you need to implement. So this method, it's the way how you convert the enum type into JSON string. Okay, now first, if this object that means the enum field. So if it's node, then there's nothing you can do. So you need to write JSON serialize. You need to write no into it, and then you return. You cannot don't just return. You need to do something. You need to write no value into it, because when they convert this your Java object into a string, because JSON is a string format, right? So you need to convert it. When you convert it into a JSON string format, you need to have a value. You cannot just do nothing and they don't know what you want. So you need to write it. So if it's no, then you need to tell them it's no. If it's instance of message type, then okay, that's what we want. And then you can downcast to message type and then write it. Now, what do you want to write? You can just write the name, the enum name. This is the enum name. So you can just write out the name. You can use the name as an enum, and then when you deserialize, you can use the name to get the enum back to the object. So the next step is we need to create another class, or we need to put this message type into, we better put it back to the model. Okay, so it's in the model. And then you need to have message type deserializer. Okay, so this deserializer, same. We need to implement called object deserializer. Which one? This one maybe? Okay, so deserialize, we need to first get the name. So default JSON parser that pass object, and you need to pass object because you get the JSON string already. So what kind of the value you want to pass? So I want to pass it to string. So now this value is the string, which is called message type. All right, now we need to return it an enum. So message type, value of message type. Now this message type is a string. It's a string that we converted from the serialize class. So if you use this string to find out the enum, yes, it is the right one. So we need to cast it to T. Okay, so that's all good right now. And don't forget, you need to configure these two classes into the JSON field. And the serializing using, we use the message type serializer. And the deserializing using, we deserialize using the message type deserializer. That's it, that's done. So once you configure these two serializers, this message type can be converted to the JSON format, and from the JSON format back to the Java object. All right, so it's not hard. It's just simply writing two separate classes to work this out.